Welcome to the I Love Monday podcast with your host, Daniel López de Medrano. In this podcast, we'll be covering different topics that vary between positivity, gratitude, perspective, self-love, and more. My purpose for this podcast is to teach different life lessons in a simplistic way that more people can relate to. I also want to take away the paradigm that we all hate Monday and transform that silly thought into I love Monday. We sometimes forget how powerful our words can be and how easily we can attract things into our lives. Now, without further ado, let's get into the podcast. Hey guys, so for this week we're going to go ahead and talk about being thankful. Sometimes I feel like we focus too much on things we want rather than first giving thanks for the things we have. A few of us think about all I want is a huge mansion that has a large pool and a beautiful view in California and Beverly Hills, with the newest Lamborghini that has suicide doors. But you're not being thankful for the apartment you're living in currently that has a view to the lake with a used car that thankfully still runs and you could afford. You also have to realize what perspective is. Perspective is being thankful for the place you're staying because there's people that don't even have a roof over their heads or even a bed to sleep in. See, I do understand it is perfectly normal to be a dreamer and a visionary and want better for your life, but at the same time, you have to go to the other extent of being thankful for what you have right now at the moment currently. If you focus too much on what you want rather than being thankful for what you have, that just causes a negative energy to form. To have you only focus on the when will I ever have this, I'll never have that, and then you become blinded to see all the beautiful things you do possess at the current moment in your life. You also do have to realize that for everything that you do have right now, at this very moment, are things that other people are just simply wishing for. And there's multiple things that you have to keep in mind. That it's not about all the materialistic things you have to be thankful for. There's so much more meaning, even being thankful that you have that bed to sleep in, that you have two eyes that can see this world, and that you have two legs that you can walk on your own 2 feet. The fact you still have a beating heart, that you have hands and fingers that you can touch and feel things, that you have working lungs and can breathe fresh air on your own. Some people think that being grateful only involves materialistic things and possessions rather than everyday things. We don't even keep in mind and take for granted, and if you feel you can't be grateful for anything at the moment, let me tell you this. You can be grateful that you have the capacity of going to your computer or your phone and being able to listen to this podcast. You can be thankful for the simple fact that you have fingers in order to either type on the keyboard or touch the phone that you currently have. You can be thankful that you can even afford that computer you're using or the phone you're using at this very moment. You can be thankful that you have ears that function properly in order for you to actually understand and hear the words I'm saying. You can be thankful that you have the brain capacity in order to understand and formulate the words that I'm saying to you at this very moment to create your own thoughts inside of your brain. There's so many things that you could be thankful for, but in our minds, it can only be things like getting the new Rolex or getting the latest BMW, buying new clothes. That's all I could be thankful for, you may think, but that's not true. I just demonstrated that we could have so many more things to give thanks about. A little child in a poor country might not even have shoes, could be using plastic water bottles to protect their feet, that is barely able to survive because they don't have food nor water. They would be extremely thankful just to be able to drink or eat something and survive one more day. But some people can complain about the food they have access to eat and they throw it away as if nothing. The vast majority of us do have ancestors that come from other countries, so you can be in the position that you are in currently. They had to make multiple sacrifices in order to guarantee their family a better future. Once you put that into perspective and actually try to put yourself in their shoes of them leaving their country in order to make a brighter future for years to come, and leaving their comfort zone, I feel like that just helps you become much more grateful of the opportunities that you do have. I learned at a very young age to be grateful, around the age of 9 years old to be exact. See, it was around Mother's Day and in school we had to make this adorable ornament for our moms. Thing is, my parents have been divorced since I was very little, and the mother figure I had in my life was my grandma, my dad's mom. But I didn't quite understand, to be honest, at the time. So in school, all the kids knew I didn't really have a mom. I remember one day, the majority of them started pointing and laughing at me for not having anybody to give my gift to. I know how crappy that sounds, but that's how little kids could be. It helped me grow as a person throughout the years. It helped me realize that I did have someone to provide the gift to, my grandma. She was the one to take care of me, help me learn Spanish and be fluent, every day sitting down with me at the table, correcting me and teaching me proper manners as well. If it wasn't for those young jerks that made fun of me, I wouldn't be able to learn to be thankful for my grandma and appreciating her as the mother figure she has always been towards me. Now, of course, I'm returning the favor to her and I'm always there for her. If any of you ever see me and her out in public, ask us about our secret handshake. Lastly, I will talk about the benefits of being grateful. Being grateful improves your happiness. Instead of putting all of your attention on the things you're mad about and consistently being in a low vibration energy level, you will be in a positive and uplifting one. Gratitude always makes you a more positive person. Your thoughts become reality. If you're focused on the good, then more good will come your way. If we aren't grateful, then we are thinking about the things we dislike maybe, and therefore attract more of the things we dislike. The majority of us are grateful. Sadly, it's only for a day, one day in which we sit down to eat as a family and we say the things we're grateful for. I'm talking about Thanksgiving. It feels as if that's the only day people even remember they should be more grateful. Don't just make it a one day out of the year thing. The vast amount of successful people always speak about gratitude. Yet, some of us don't realize how truly powerful it can be. Follow the footsteps of ones who are doing it right. Another good practice is to be grateful in the early morning, before you even get out of your bed. Before you even go and grab your phone and scroll through social media as if it's the daily news. Just lay there and list at least 3 things you are truly grateful for. Try switching it up every day, have something new. It can be anything at all. And remember, nothing is too small to be grateful for. Thank you for taking the time to listen to this week's podcast. I will be posting a new audio every single Monday so we can start off the week right. Make sure to subscribe to the podcast and share with friends and family that you feel can benefit from these messages. If you want to see more of my content, you can head over to Instagram at López, Medrano. There you will see daily posts I make and as well to get in contact with me. Hope you have an amazing week and don't forget to say today, I love Monday.